back into this thing?
Yeah.
Let's do it, you guys. Well, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. Today I have with me 4 members out of 6, right? Is there 6 total?
Yes.
Of the band Frute, and that's how you say it, right? It's just exactly as it looks, right?
Yes.
It seems like a silly question, but I guess it's not, right?
You could say it with an accent, like
Frute.
Yeah, Frute. Yeah.
Well, tell me
However
about you
want.
guys, man. First off, let's get started. You guys tell me each your names and occupations within the band, if you don't mind, just so I know.
Jeff, and play guitar.
Sweet, man.
Patrick and I play bass.
Awesome.
Cassidy and I sing.
Awesome.
Ben, drums.
And the other 2 fellas or ladies, what do they do?
They're the Payne brothers, Ian Payne and Matt Payne. Ian
Okay.
plays keys and Matt plays guitar.
Sweet. Okay, cool. This is going to be fun because I've literally never seen you guys, have not heard of you until recently in the Jam Ham chat. Are you guys in the Jam Ham? I'm pretty sure you are, right? Yeah. They were talking about him in there earlier. Maybe it was you. It might have been.
What's the
Okay.
Jam Ham?
It's like this Athens group chat with all the Jam folks in it, or the somewhat Jam music scene people. You know what I mean? Yeah, but anyways, they were talking about you guys. They were like, Frute at Georgia Theater this Wednesday is going to be sick as fuck or something like that. And I was like, well, damn, let's do this thing. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys reaching out. Appreciate you coming on. I'm excited. Tell me a little bit about how you guys got started. When does this whole thing start for you? An Atlanta band, right? When does this kind of all start coming together? Founding members, all that stuff.
I guess it would be like 2019. Matt and I and Ian, and then Patrick and Ian and Ben used to play in a band in Chapel Hill. And then Matt and I had another band in Atlanta. And like both of those kind of chapters, I guess, ended. Patrick moved down to Atlanta. There was another drummer at the time, and then Cass wasn't in the band yet either. And then Ben came down probably in
A year ago.
and
Or
joined.
a little over a year ago.
Where are you from? Different area or?
Greensboro. But then I
Greensboro,
went
okay.
to school and did a band with Pat and Ian.
Word.
So
Okay.
that's they invited me down.
Greensboro, North Carolina or Georgia?
North Carolina. I always
Okay, so-
forget that there's one in Georgia
Yeah.
too.
So you guys got some North Carolina roots going on here.
Yeah.
Everybody went to UNC except me.
Really? Okay. Well, that's cool. I was up there this weekend. It's nice up there. So
Yeah.
what brings you guys all down to Atlanta, like, or how do you guys all end up here? You know what I mean? Like, are you still consider yourself a UNC band or is it a Atlanta band, right?
It's an Atlanta band.
Word. Okay.
But I think Ian and Matt are kind of like the bridge in the band in some ways. Like Matt is the older brother to Ian, so Matt and Jeff are good friends.
Okay.
Matt also went to UNC, but
Uh-huh.
we didn't meet Matt at UNC. That's more of a coincidence. And then Ian,
That's a big coincidence.
yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Actually, though, you should tell the story about meeting Matt, totally unrelated to
Tell it.
the band, like years ago.
I wanna hear
Yeah.
it.
Before college, I took a gap year.
Yeah.
As
you should.
Yeah, exactly. And I spent some time in New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
And one night in a hostel, I just met this random guy, and we started talking about Kenny Burrell,
Uh-huh.
and his album Midnight Blue, because I was really into that album at the time, and apparently he was too. I don't even know how it came up, but he was like, dude, I transcribed like all the solos off Midnight Blue. Like, I love that album. And I was like, hell yeah. And he was like, you want to get a beer? And I was like, I can't, like my sister is sick. And and then we just like left and never saw each other again. But then I was in a band with Ben, Ian, myself, and another guitar player that we're good friends with. And he was at one of our gigs, and he looked so familiar, and I couldn't place it on it. And then Ian, like months later, Ian asked me to join the band. We were playing for a while, probably like a year into being in Frute. I just like finally realized where I had seen him before, and it was in New Zealand. Like 6 years ago, I had met him.
That's nuts,
and just
bro.
ended up like just had a 5-minute conversation about this one album.
Yeah.
And I texted him like, because I was just sitting on my porch. I think I was smoking, and I just realized it. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, and I text him, have you transcribed Midnight Blue? Like, were you in New Zealand at this hostel? And he was like, yeah. And
What the
just,
fuck,
like,
man?
we
That's
crossed
wild,
paths,
bro.
and then our
Did he
paths crossed
remember it?
again. Yeah.
He
Because
remembered
it's
it.
just like
That's
such a
nuts, bro.
specific conversation and
Yeah.
like such a
Yeah.
I think the weird part of that is that you didn't realize it for a year, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, that is
exactly.
nuts. And then in just one day, you open up that port in there, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Because he was
weird
just some
hanging out
random
with-
guy.
Yeah.
Like just a couple minutes, like an
Wow,
interaction,
that's crazy.
like and
Meant
then-
to be, baby. Here we
Yeah,
are. Here we are.
exactly.
Good for y'all.
Where,
It's
where are
awesome.
you from? Are you from?
I'm from Augusta, Georgia, so like an hour and a
Okay.
half from here, yeah. But
Nice.
came up here for school. I was in UNC this weekend. I thought it was awesome up there. You guys got a great little town. I don't know if you consider it your
Yeah.
town anymore, but I thought it was a pretty cool little scene up there and everything, right? You guys
It's
ever played
cool.
the cave?
It is literally
The
one
cave.
street.
You ever been to the cave?
Yeah. Oh, the caves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cave's cool. I want to do the cave now. I saw it this weekend. I was like, that looks pretty sick.
Yeah, the cave is
Yeah.
awesome.
I'd
It's
cave
a real
down.
Did
cave,
you go?
yeah.
Did you see a show there?
No, we were playing in Raleigh, so we were
Okay.
coming back through and like pretty much just glanced at it on the way in. So it was really cool. But yeah. So kind of tell me guys how like once you guys get started, when does this iteration of the band start? Like, has there been lineup changes or anything? Or you know what I mean? Like, how did we get to here? I guess is what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, there has. It was there was a previous drummer, Stuart, and then Ben came in, and then it was just 5, and then like we'd put out 2 records, I think, and then Cass joined. When was this? Like
This year.
this year,
Yeah.
probably.
It's like when we started working on the current album.
Yeah,
that's
the
coming
current
out.
record.
It's
Yeah.
coming out. Okay.
New
Sweet.
chapter, new
Yeah.
people. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind
it'll
of.
be the first album with them two on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there different singers on a few of the songs? Or am I mistaken?
No, you're right.
I was about to say,
everyone
pretty
sings
sure-
except me.
Yeah.
I'm the only one.
I
we
heard
just
one-
haven't given him a mic yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Well, we
can
got one
sing.
now.
Yeah.
This is your
There was one
debut.
song I was like, yeah, that's definitely not the same singer. I was like, there's
Yeah.
no way. There's no way. Yeah. But I listen to a lot of you guys' songs. I like it, man. What kind of like influences? Where's everybody coming from? Was there any kind of conversations when you guys started on like, hey, here's what we want to do. We want to be this kind of band. We want to be this band, that band, you know? Or was it just like collective, like we're just playing whatever, you know?
I'd say that there's been like a lot of conversations, and then that it's ended up different, and then the sound has definitely changed over
Mm-hmm.
the iterations of the lineup.
I kind of feel like a common thread that binds us,
Yeah.
even though in some ways in our band it's taboo to talk about, is fish. Like
Where's the
we're
shirt
yeah.
at? When y'all weren't there, it is. There it is.
And someone usually has one.
Yeah.
At
It's
any given
taboo to
moment.
talk about. What do you mean by that?
it's I think they're just like such a presence,
Yeah.
and I have such a deep love for them
Yeah.
that like it's so hard to like create music without that getting in the way in some ways, and like forming your own path,
I
like
love
while
that.
also
Yeah.
like wanting to like be like
Yeah.
the people that you idolize. in
Everybody's
some
got that
ways,
one
like-
group, or I mean, if you're not, what's that quote that's always like influencing is the something form of flattery or thievery is the, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Copying.
That's it,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, if I knew the quote, that'd be
Yeah.
cool. But you know what I mean? Like everybody's got that one artist that you're just like looking at. You're like, all right, that's it right there. That's what I'm trying to do. Everybody in here has one. You know what
Imitation is the highest form of flattery.
I mean? My guy right there, my guy, bro.
For
But
300.
it's not even like I don't think at any point anyone was like wanting to be like fish.
Yeah.
It's just that everyone listens to them so much, and like we go to the shows
Gotcha.
that like we have to actively avoid like that just natural influence.
Yes.
Not that it's like a bad thing, but like
I
it's
get
like
what
we're
you
not
mean.
going to cover a fish song in
Exactly.
a show.
Exactly. Have you
just
guys
so
ever
we
done
don't
any
fall
cover
into it.
stuff? Like when you started, was it ever playing a bunch of covers for 3 hours, or was it just like, all right, let's make our own tunes immediately?
I'd say that in our like in Matt and I's previous band, that started out that way.
Yeah.
I don't know how it was with Mangoose and
Yeah.
you guys.
There's a lot of covers.
Mangoose.
A lot of covers.
That's a cool name.
That was our old.
I like
Chapel
that.
Hill
Yeah,
That's a
band.
good
that
name.
was the-
Good name.
But with this band, it's been pretty much. I mean, we'll play covers, but it's kind of always been just doing our own stuff, our own tunes.
Yeah, supplementary kind of like
Yeah.
throw one in kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
We bounce
sweet.
all over the place with covers though.
On that note with the covers, can you tell a story about the slow "Take Me to the River" from Nashville?
Oh.
That guy's like,
Please do.
"You're killing me, man."
Yeah, there was
Oh.
we were playing in Asheville with Daniel Donato, and
Legend. I know Daniel.
we just do a kind of a different take on "Take Me to the River" by
Yeah.
Talking Heads, and it's a slower
Sweet.
version. And this guy just like kept coming up to me and some of us after the show, and was just like getting like kind of in our face about like, don't ever play like Roll Tide, don't ever play Take Me to the River Slow. And I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about,
Chill
man?
out,
Like,
He's like, it's a cocaine band.
Yeah.
Kinda like heroin.
yeah.
It's- oh man, you get that on them big jobs, though. You know what I
So-
mean? Well, interesting. How long have you guys been gigging around? Like immediately, or like took some time? I guess this kind of. I guess these are all like the origin story questions are all you, right? Does that make sense, or should I?
No, I mean, it's kind of I don't know. Patrick was definitely there.
I was always around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Cassidy's
just
always
wasn't
been around.
officially
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how I should come at this.
but,
Should I
yeah.
approach from this iteration of the band or the actual beginning?
Well, you
Uh,
guys did. There was a tour you had scheduled before.
right. Well,
Lots
so we
of-
had like, I mean, right away we wanted to play out, and we had like a tour booked, like with most people, and then COVID kind of hit.
Oh, yeah.
We played a couple gigs out. I even think we played. I don't remember what the gig was here. Silver Dollar that one weekend.
Oh,
Yeah.
legendary!
What
a
like,
venue, man! I
like,
love that place.
talk about a small stage, or lack of a stage. It's
That
like,
stage is better than Loose Change stage.
Like borrowing the bathrooms.
Yeah. That's a classic Athens spot.
So we had like a tour booked for that. I guess I don't remember when COVID is. Time gets kind of weird with the whole COVID thing.
March 2020, I think.
2020.
Yeah,
Something like that.
so
It's
like
been a while.
kind of a summer thing going, and then that got canceled.
Uh-huh.
And then it's just kind of everybody kind of got back on the road at the same time, and so we're just getting out as much as we can.
Word. Where all have you guys done with the current lineup? You guys done anywhere out of town really? Done much touring?
Yeah, we've been to Knoxville, Nashville,
Sweet.
Raleigh, Chapel Hill,
Yeah.
Charlotte, Charleston,
Charlotte,
Asheville.
Charleston, yeah,
Hell
Asheville.
really just the southeast kind
Word.
We were doing that in the spring, and then started work on the album
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
summer. And
Interesting.
Getting back into it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like mountain towns. Like I listened to you guys' tunes. I was trying to put a vibe on it. I guess what I was trying to find. Like it kind of reminds me of like Springhouse in a way, but like a little less like Springhouse. I don't know how to put it. You know what I mean? Like it's like not them, but like a similar thing. I don't know if you guys ever listen to them, but like
of. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
good
yeah,
friends
yeah, we're
with
good
them.
buddies.
yeah,
with
kind of
those
like a similar thing going on. Like the really tasteful grooves and everything, and like really really expressive songs. I dug. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think
So
there
nice.
are a lot of similarities.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say most of the similarities are just like happy, good time music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
happy music.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
kind of group do you guys consider yourselves? I know it's a big question, annoying question, but like, you guys like jam, funk, rock, or you know what I mean? There's always some kind of description.
It's
We should go through and get
extensive.
each. We should
Post
get each
pop
of y'all.
neo soul.
That's it.
Yeah, there's like a fine line with how many words,
Yeah.
adjectives you can use in
I
one
think
sentence.
on our
Like,
bio,
it's
there's
like 4
6
maybe.
Is there
right now.
6?
I
I feel like 4 is pushing. I think 3 is a good happy medium. Let's go through and get everybody. So if you had to describe the group, not considering anybody else's thoughts, what would your 3
at
be?
this very moment.
Yeah. What would you say you were? It doesn't have to be 3. It can be whatever. We can start
I
over
think,
here.
yeah, start over there.
Okay, you wanna hit one?
Fuck.
It's gonna be even harder. To
Post
come up
pop
with
neo
something
soul.
Interesting.
Soul.
Happy cartoon music.
Interesting.
I guess like jam band.
Good answer.
But,
Good
yeah.
answer.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
Something closer to that. I don't hear this at all. What did you say
Well, have you
again?
heard
Post pop
our new-
neo soul.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Have you listened
I
to what's
think-
on Spotify right now, or
Yes.
like the new?
Or neo-
did they send
neo
you-
soul
I listen
post
just to
pop.
Spotify stuff. So
So
that might be
I would,
misleading.
yeah, it's. I mean,
The
Interesting.
Spotify stuff is very jam
Very.
Yeah.
influence.
Yeah.
Our newer stuff is more like poppy.
Post
in
pop.
Okay.
some
like got
ways,
some
or-
soul.
I think it's
Or-
like psychedelic
Indie.
funk pop.
Ooh,
That's what
good
I'm
answer.
saying.
Good answer.
Yeah.
And I
That's a
think
good-
like it really depends on the day, like how we're feeling when we're playing together. Like
Yeah.
we would probably sit down and we also ask each other this question, like,
Yeah.
how are we going to define ourselves?
Yeah, it's
And
tough.
with new music and stuff, it's like, yeah, there's like such a blend of
Uh-huh.
what we've been listening to lately. We've been working on it for like 6 or 7 months, so a
Yeah.
lot of things slide in terms of influences and just like what we're feeling.
That's awesome, man. It doesn't matter too much, you know. Each song could be
So there's
different.
lots
That's
of
awesome.
words in rotation.
I
Yeah.
like that. Well, we got 4 different answers here, so it sounds like it. I like it.
Yeah. Well, our songs on our new album, they're all like pretty different.
Yeah?
So it is.
How many
I mean,
tracks?
I feel like
How many tracks are we
we've-
looking at?
9.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Seems like you guys are an album band, just from what I've seen. Is there 2 other albums out? Am I mistaken in that?
You're
2?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So, what makes you guys want to sit down and this? I assume you said spring, or was it this summer that you guys made the album?
Just
Yeah.
kind of I guess kind of the new sound. It's just like we wanted to like record like with Cass joining. I think it's like really changed the dynamic of our sound and made us a lot better band.
Interesting.
And more pleasurable listening experience, which I guess you could define as a better band.
Mhm.
Definitely more dynamic. And just like it's shifted away, I feel like, from the kind of jammy sound,
Okay.
at least studio wise. And just wanting to get that down and like, put that out. And kind of, I guess, like not necessarily fully rebrand, but kind of like change our sound.
Word. I
I
think that
think-
sounds like a great reason.
I think it's like also the more shows you do, like opening
Yeah.
for people,
Uh-huh.
I think it's like pretty inspiring. Like I think our last show before we started recording was opening for the Main Squeeze
Oh, sick.
at the
dude. That's awesome.
Masquerade.
Yeah.
So just like, I don't know, we've opened for a pretty wide variety of groups and like taking influence from them and like comparing how they approach their studio stuff and like seeing them live and stuff is really exciting. I think that just kind of
Soaks
brought
in.
out some ideas and
Yeah.
like, just made us want to jump into a lot of different styles and
I feel that,
stuff
man.
like that,
I know what
so.
you mean, because you go out on the road and you see these bands, you're like, damn, that's really sick how they do
Yeah.
that. We should do that, that kind of
Right,
stuff.
right.
Or
We
like,
need a
you
song like
soak it in.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been falling victim to that,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
and see how bands that don't brand themselves as jam bands
Mhm.
will still bring out that like improvisation
Yes.
in their performances, but in the studio they can take a lot of different turns.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah,
Without
I think that's
necessarily
cool.
being a jam band.
Yeah, that title can hold you down, maybe,
Yeah. so,
Interesting.
I don't know.
Very cool. I think I know exactly what you mean, because you play with some bands and it'll just like rearrange your mind sometimes. You're like, damn, that was really sick, or like they did this that was really cool, and that kind of stuff soaks into the next stuff, and it seems like you guys are growing in a certain direction, right? Was there any like, I guess, like template for this record, like, or was it just like free balling it? You know what I mean? Like, was there, you guys sat down to make a certain sound and made it all the way through, or it kind of sounds like everything's a little different on it, right?
Yeah, I mean, like everybody kind of writes, and everybody brings like their tunes to the table, and it's kind of, that's how we learn like songs and get new material as somebody brings it. Whether it's like a rough demo or just a voice memo or a fully done up project in GarageBand or Logic or something, and then we kind of figure out how we can make it sound as a group. So it's kind of across the board. I'd say that I wouldn't say that we're like, here's we're gonna do A, B, C, it needs to flow like this. It was kind of just like, these are the songs that everybody, I feel like we have a problem of everybody has too many songs.
That's a good
so
problem.
it's like we're
Yeah.
like, you kind of have to like when you bring it to the group, it kind of have to like prioritize which one that, because it's like everybody needs to kind of get their share. But then once it's to the group, it's kind of like its own living thing,
Is
And
it usually pretty obvious, like, because I know if you're all bringing in songs, I bet that's kind of just a cluster, usually does it become like, all right, that one's really good, like we need to chase that one, or is there kind of like some like internal
I kind of
figuring
feel
out
like
of
we
that?
don't really throw them out. I feel like meaning like it's not like we cut 20 tracks and then are like, these are the 11 best or the 9 best and throw out 11.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing is some of the songs on the album, like Matt wrote like 3 years ago or something, and then some of them we wrote like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So we were just kind of, I don't really know how those were picked. Some we were starting to play live, some of the older ones.
Yeah.
And then like we were like, how can we make these like fit together, and how do they blend together?
Gotcha.
Like what can we add in that's like thematic and flows.
Yeah. Like if it's you 6 playing, it should sound a certain way, right? You know?
Yeah.
Like even if the song is 3 years old, it kind of still comes out like you guys. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. It's
Word.
like, how can we fit it into context? What we're
Interesting.
doing right now.
Sweet. So you guys have like a whole like, is there like a single plan, any of that kind of stuff? You know, like you guys gonna drop some stuff out or just do it all at once?
I mean, we're definitely gonna release some singles. Which ones we haven't really decided yet.
To be argued upon.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
How many singles do you release for a 9-song album?
I'd
Is
say
the big
9.
question.
there you go.
Yeah.
In 2022.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Actually, split up one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, well that's awesome. I'm glad to hear. I love bands still making albums. I think it's really cool. It's hard to do. You know what I mean? Like to get 10 songs that you're really proud of. You know, I think that's impressive. So good for y'all. What did you guys? Are you guys like one of those bands? Like, well, I hear like it sounds like you guys made most of them in the studio, but like, are you guys fans of testing them on the road? Kind of, like like bring a few new ones out and be like, all right, that's cool. We need to change that bridge, or like, oh, that one bombed. Maybe we shouldn't do that one. That kind of stuff. Anybody?
This
No?
album is much less road tested than every other previous album. that we've
Okay.
had.
Okay. Is there a reason for that?
I think it's our eagerness to put something out in
Sick.
some ways.
Yeah.
And just but yeah, there's most of the songs, I think the majority of the songs weren't played live before we recorded them, I think, right?
Did we not do
Yeah.
it in Colorado?
Yeah, I guess we did some in
Just
Colorado,
make it
but
up, I guess.
I think some of the older songs that were like,
yeah, like Time Train,
Matt
Mother
said.
Hug,
Yeah,
Make It
you're
Up.
right,
yeah. Which-
Yeah,
Yeah.
we recorded
Yeah.
that.
And I feel like usually it's like when you're recording, how do we translate how we play this live to a studio setting? But this was like, how do we like make what we did entirely in
Yeah.
the studio like
Live.
work live,
Yeah,
which
makes sense.
I'm not used to, but
Was
it's
it hard?
pretty fun.
Was it tough? To be like, you guys have some layers in there that were hard to find or something, or?
I
Yeah.
think we
Yeah.
figured it out
Yeah.
I think we got
pretty
Yeah.
easily. But
it.
I do
took
feel
a couple
like
tries. Yeah.
I don't know if I do like I do like road testing songs.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
because there's like definitely some that I felt like Closer to Heaven, for example. Like we learned it while we were recording,
Okay.
and we had probably played it like we probably knew it for 3 days before we got like the take that we are using on the album, which
Yeah.
is
Mm.
it totally sounds great,
Yeah.
but
You just wonder.
I don't. Yeah, I wonder like
Yeah.
as we play it over
Yeah.
months, like how are we gonna figure? Are we
Gotcha.
gonna figure out a better
Yeah.
form or something? You know,
It's just a risk you got to take sometimes. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
yeah.
But it is interesting
To
to
get
think
it out.
about. I like the road testing them, but you can't road test them all. You know what I mean? You can't,
Right.
draft them all up and take them out there. My favorite part about it is when you get to play them live and like sometimes a certain section will become like apparent that it's unnecessary. I really like that a lot. It's like, all right, we don't need that fucking
Yeah.
2.5 minute
exactly.
bridge right there. Let's get
Yeah.
rid of that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But okay, so let me get back on track. So I got lost in the album there for a second. All right, you guys start making music, start kind of finding your scene and everything. What's it like being an Atlanta band? Is that tough? Is that easy? Is there a lot of bands like you guys to play with? Is it cool? What's it like? You know what I mean? Tell me about it.
I guess I don't know what it's like to be the bands that I've been in have only been Atlanta bands. But it seems like there's a pretty good scene. There are a bunch of bands in Atlanta. There's a good amount of venues.
Yeah. Seems to be plenty of those.
it's a pretty jammy city.
Is it really?
I mean, with Sweetwater 420 Fest, definitely as someone on the outskirts looking into Atlanta,
Yeah.
it seems that way.
Okay.
Maybe the jam scene could be thriving a little bit more.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can make that happen.
Working
you
on
know?
it. Working on it. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Atlanta definitely has the capability to be a huge jam community.
I think so.
I think there's like definitely that culture there, like people that there's so many bands that have
Yeah.
come from this area and so much music that's happened.
It's a good time.
It does feel kind of underground, like
Yeah.
not in a bad way, but just kind of like you got to know people to know like the shows and all the stuff that is like there's a ton of stuff happening, but
I
I feel like it's not like
I feel like Atlanta's so big, it's like a weird thing where there's like a bunch of little ones inside it, like the metal thing that happens there. You know what I mean? Or like the whatever.
yeah.
If you're not really in on it, you're not in on it, maybe per se. Because like I wouldn't know where to go see a jam show in Atlanta other than like Smith's Old Bar, right? You guys said
Yeah.
Masquerade
Yeah.
earlier. I didn't even think they did a jam show. I thought it was all just rocking metal. and
Yeah,
shit.
we did
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at least the
cool,
vibe
though.
I got.
It's
I bet
built
it's
for
sick.
that kind of volume.
was-
When we were playing there, it was like, holy shit.
Was it sick? What room did y'all do?
Huge.
Hell?
Hell.
Whichever one's the smallest, right?
The smaller
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Hell, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a small one with a little balcony.
Oh, I like that one. That one's cool. That's
It was
sick.
dope.
Dude. Yeah, that was a good
Yeah.
show for y'all. What's you
Yeah.
guys' show is like? I've never seen you guys. So this is kind of usually. I mean, not usually, but usually on the show I have at least some kind of grasp. Like I've seen the band before. But usually Athens band, so it's hard not to bump into an Athens band around here. Kind of tell me, guys, how you guys' show goes. Is it like high energy? You guys like jumping around? Are you just like getting lost in the instruments, getting lost in the sauce? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Tell me about it.
I'd say it's pretty high energy
Yeah.
Yeah.
most
Jeff
of the time.
jumps.
We need
Jeff
to,
jumps?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's like
A
a
lot of
theatrical
jumping.
play.
fellow
Not
jumper.
every gig.
Oh,
but if you
okay.
get a jumping gig, it's
Yeah.
We
Interesting.
love lights. We love
Love
when we get the
lights?
chance to have
Good
lights.
Yeah.
We need to play more slower songs. I
Ah.
think, so
We've come
Well,
out
I
it is,
saw-
really
it is
strong.
very like there's a lot. I mean,
Uh-huh.
we're trying to make it danceable.
Yeah.
Like want people to be having fun, but
Absolutely.
can sometimes pull it back.
Are you thinking just like for like flow, so like everything doesn't just sound like bumping in your face? You know what I mean, or like just
I guess
in
just
general?
the contrast. Like
Okay, yeah,
take a break, still
feel
have
that.
something good going, but
I think it's fair
not
enough.
always
Yeah.
high energy.
It's just harder to play slow songs live. You know?
Oh, for
It's
sure,
like,
for sure.
But I think it's like very important.
Yeah,
I think it's mature. It's like the mature
yeah,
thing to do.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We're
that's a good way to
childish.
put
Definitely.
it.
Like,
That's a very
we're
good way to
still
put
like
that.
very teenagey,
Yeah.
kind of like just
Yeah.
want to like plow all the way
Yeah.
through and like keep that
E
energy
minor.
high. And, like,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you
But-
mean, man. Sometimes I ride slow and I'm like, damn, this shit ain't gonna work live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
because like
Yeah.
people aren't moving,
Exactly,
and then your
yeah.
your automatic response is
Yes.
like, "Damn, like shouldn't be doing this."
Like,
But
faster,
like
like,
somebody
faster.
somebody can be in the back like totally still,
yeah,
and in their mind they're just like,
digging
having
the
a great
shit.
time.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
digging the hell out of it.
but you
To
can't from the
it's like,
stage. It's like, oh fuck,
We're bombing.
yeah, like, this is not the move. Like,
Which is weird how that works, Like it's almost like you got to battle your own self up there to like not even worry about it too much, On
Yeah.
the slow ones, at least for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think
Right.
about myself, and like half the time, even when a band is playing a fast song, like I'm not the like one that's going crazy, like,
mosh it,
but I
you know?
could still be enjoying it
Yeah.
extremely thoroughly just by
Yeah.
like sitting somewhere. Even if I was talking to someone else, I can
Yeah.
always like enjoy something in the back of my head and just like
Mm-hmm.
still have like one ear there and be like, ooh, that was like a tasty lick, or like
Yeah.
I can still hear
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
even if so I need to like think about myself when everyone is ignoring us in the crowd, and I just need to say, yeah, they're actually really enjoying it. That's what
Yeah.
I just
They're
tell
doing what
myself.
you do.
And yeah.
Yeah. That's
Right.
interesting because, like, how, like, sometimes you'd be like, damn, they really weren't listening that hard. And then, like, think about how many times you've been at a show just, like, staring up at somebody just, like, you know what I mean? Like, just, like,
Yeah.
spaced out.
Oh,
and,
I'm
like,
always
having
staring.
the
like,
best time ever, but, like, not even bobbing your head, And, like, they think, like, they're up there thinking, damn, they didn't dig that at all,
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
yeah.
But interesting to realize, I like that kind of stuff. So let's keep moving. Let's see, where was I going with that? So the shows are high energy. What else would you describe them as? Like, are like a lot of the songs like go off into different places, or pretty, got your arrangements figured out, that kind of stuff, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's like
how,
a mix
how
of both.
jammy are you? You know what I mean?
It really depends on, I guess, how much time we have, maybe in the
I
set,
thought
like
it
how
was
long
about
the
to-
set, like
Yeah.
how.
I think it's pretty eclectic though. We go through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We try to. I think one of the main goals is having vocal variation in about every set. It's
What
like
do you mean by that? Vocal
like
variation?
songs that Cassidy's singing, songs like a Patrick song, an Ian song, just because everybody sings, like
Yeah.
just having that like
Depth.
bouncing around and that depth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys got the
so,
bullpen loaded up, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's that? How do you like that as having other singers in the band? Do you wish you could sing every song or what?
I mean, it's good. Like there's good, like it's fun to harmonize together
Yeah.
and stuff. But it is like an interesting transition me coming in, because there's like definitely been long times of the set where like I'm not doing anything and I'm just
Yeah.
like trying to like
Tamborining
hang with
around.
it. And
I love
I mean
tambourines.
I brought a tambourine, but I didn't quite work up the courage to really. You really got to
Tambourine
go
is
for
key.
it.
Yeah,
Tambourine is
it
an
can
awesome
add so
instrument.
much.
It's
yeah,
the best, yeah,
Fantastic
and it's like
instrument,
a great singer.
Yeah.
Don't know what to do
Singer
with my
thing, yeah.
hands.
Yeah, it's weird when you're not singing, right? Because I
Yeah.
have some times where I don't sing. I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
So I wondered how
Just
that
gotta
is. But
dance
at least
out.
your voice is never too beat down, right? Like you're not doing any super long sets,
That's
like
true. I mean,
gasping for air.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's a lot of us singing together, which is really nice.
That's awesome.
Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say I
yeah.
feel like it's usually
You
like
guys do the 3-way harmony thing a lot, or?
We try. It's
Oh,
hard.
that's sick.
3-way is hard.
Very
On,
hard.
on
Very
stage.
hard to do, but awesome when it comes through, right?
But we
Yeah.
got the blood harmony going on
Yeah.
with the brothers.
That's
so
huge. That's a
that
real
adds
thing, you
something.
guys.
It
That's
is.
sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see you guys. When are you playing next? Tell me about this Georgia Theater thing. I don't know any details on it.
so
What's the other
Melt.
band?
Melt is we're opening for Melt.
Isn't it the band that's playing Jam for Cam? Melt?
Are they on the?
Maybe not. Maybe not. They're a big band, though,
I
right?
think they're going to a festival in Miami after this.
Okay. Okay.
Well, no, because they're going up to Chapel Hill, but there is some festival in Miami soon.
Yeah.
So we're doing Georgia Theater opening for them on tomorrow night and Tuesday at Cat's Cradle in Chapel Hill.
Sick,
Um,
sick. Isn't that like, what's the name of the town that in? Isn't it
Carborough?
Carborough? Yeah, that's it. We were talking
Yeah.
about that place the other day. Place
That's like the
legendary,
music
right?
side of Chapel Hill.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a legendary place, right? Like a very
Mhm.
small cap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I
Interesting.
I think it's a
There's-
1,000 cap, and then there's a back room that's maybe
It's 1,000
200.
cap. Damn.
The main room is, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Interesting.
a lot of good bands go through the main room. that
Red
I
Hot
saw
Chili
when I was
Peppers did it
in
back in the day, right?
Really?
That's what I
I've
read.
heard
awesome.
that. Yeah,
Fish
Yeah.
did.
Stews are doing it. That's really cool.
yeah,
So you guys are doing that with them?
Mhm.
yeah. So, and they're from New York, so
Okay.
I think this is like, well, I can't say for sure, but I don't really know how many tours they've done down
Yeah.
here, so
Uh-huh.
it's pretty exciting. They have like that neo soul funk, like Lake Street Dive
Oh, sick.
realm of funky music, and I think we're excited to kind of have that exposure.
And how does this kind of thing happen for you guys? They hit you up, or like you guys have some sort of management, a booking agent, something like that?
This one
Their
was on
opener
That
fell
guy right
through.
there,
This
the-
guy?
Oh yeah,
no,
they
no, it
they
was me this time. Not
Oh,
really.
right.
All I did was just they sent in our group chat like, oh look, their opener fell through, and
Yeah.
they post on their Instagram like, we're looking for someone.
Oh shit.
So people
Perfect.
should tag.
Yeah.
We just got everyone to tag us, and then I
Yeah.
sent an email.
That's huge.
They're also female fronted, so I think
It's good looks.
maybe that helped. That
Yeah.
it was like, yeah.
Uh,
And then
manual booking.
similar. Yeah. Love that. That's how you do it right there. Hustling
Yeah.
for it. I love that. Well, that's great. It's shit. That's awesome. You get to play Georgia Theater. You know what I mean? Have you guys ever played there?
No.
Mm-mm.
No,
I've
it's-
never
it's-
been
I'm
there.
really excited.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Never
There
been there?
either.
No,
Oh, beautiful place, man. You know how it is, man.
it's
Beautiful.
been around a pretty long time.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
60s.
It burned down for a little bit.
Burned
Yeah,
down
for
for a
now,
little
for,
bit.
for a couple years, you know, something like that.
Just
No big
burning
deal, yeah.
constantly for
Yeah,
years.
yeah. I used to work there. There's no flames allowed inside anymore. So, but you guys will love that. That's awesome. So what are
We're
the
gonna
plans?
burn it down a second time.
Metaphorically. What are you guys' plans for like moving forward? Like, is this like kicking off like the album cycle thing? Like tour a lot, tour a little, just push the album. Like, what are you guys? What's the plan? You know what I mean? I need to know what's happening.
We're pretty pumped to keep recording.
Yeah.
We don't have anything like lined up.
So the album's not done.
Or no, it is.
Okay.
But
Recording
Recording
anyway.
a lot
more,
more
yeah.
to,
many
Yeah.
to get
songs.
done.
we just have,
Okay.
we just have a long list of
Relax.
songs we
All
gotta
right,
keep
whatever.
turning out. So
Respect.
we were working with TJ. I don't know the name of the studio.
TJ Elias.
Big Trouble.
Elias
Big
from Big Trouble, and he's fantastic, and been really stoked to like
Yeah.
work with him some more. Hopefully in the winter.
Sick.
I guess we're trying to probably get in the cycle. I don't know. I feel like, at least for me, like King Gizzard has kind of like reset the bar on like releasing music and how much they do, and like just looking to them for inspiration, just to kind of always be doing something.
Yeah.
Where while this one's being mixed or the next ones are being mastered, that you're already starting to record, and it's just like kind of a continuous cycle where it's
Yeah.
you're always recording and stuff is always in the process of like being pushed out.
Interesting.
And then I'm definitely trying to get on the road and support and like promoting this record too.
Yeah, because I guess that could be the catch of like continuing to put it out. It's like if I mean you only have your certain fans per se maybe, and like you didn't go tour it, you just keep putting it out at the same people. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
In theory, I don't know what the fuck do I, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you get
No,
playlists and all that stuff.
definitely,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying though? So like it is interesting that you continue to record even though the album's done, which is pretty smart, I think. It's pretty cool. But like I
yeah.
guess you kind of have to tour a little bit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
yeah, definitely.
on like
Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
main point that we all
I was
play.
gonna say,
like,
yeah,
we
we
all
start
play.
doing content too.
We just started trying to do content.
yeah, like,
We're
gotta get into
finally
the
hopping
TikTok
on that.
game.
It's
like,
tough, man. It's tough out there.
You gotta play the game, but
Yeah.
ultimately touring is like
Yeah, well, the reason
that's
we
why we wanted
is
to
playing
why-
live music. Yeah, that's like the whole reason for me, at least.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
guys are a live band, not a studio band, or the other way
Definitely.
around? Live band?
I think we're definitely a live band, but
Word.
we would like to be a studio band. But we want to be a live band. But we want to.
Interesting.
We don't.
But also a
But
studio.
also a studio band.
But, yeah.
Which
I
is
guess-
why like about oh sorry
No, go ahead. Go
just
ahead.
like
I have
we're
something.
talking about like going from like studio to translating live and vice
Yeah.
versa, like there's always plenty to be said about like playing when you play with the group for like this one song for so many times, like
Okay.
in different environments, different shows and stuff, and then you record it. Like I feel like you have so much energy and like that's been like assessed and played off of that you can like, all right, this is like how we're gonna record this.
Yeah.
So there's just like something to be said about that, and I think
Like
there's
it
like
being
a lot.
current? Is that what you mean? Like a song being fresh in your mind? Is that what
Just
you're saying?
like playing it a ton with
Yeah.
your group and like workshopping it that way through
Yeah.
playing shows and like feeding off of audiences and stuff
Gotcha.
is like I think a lot more fun to
Yeah.
then be like,
Oh,
all right,
gotcha.
now we're gonna settle in the studio and like put all this together
Yeah.
that we've like learned from
Because
playing
you
it
guys
this
have
many
you guys
times.
ever recorded one and then like you play it live a bunch, you're like, or like you come up with your live arrangement of it, you're like, damn, we should have done it like that to start with. Or is
I
that
feel
just
like we
me?
would do that on
Yeah.
plenty
I feel like
of
we've done
songs
that.
that we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
on
You know what I
this
mean?
new album.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you find a new way to go with it, and you're like, damn, wish we'd have thought of that in the stew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, I think
Definitely.
we've come
Finish
across
Line
that.
is one of those that.
Tell me about it. New track?
No, it's an old track that we
Okay.
did.
I don't think I
but
listened to this one.
it's like I guess more of like a country or country-esque, I guess,
Uh-huh.
tune. And the studio version is pretty like low-key singer-songwriter, but
Okay.
live we like create a new intro
Yeah.
where like there's no drums, and when the drums come in it really like makes it funky and like it's much more like pumping and like funky live.
Interesting.
Whereas like the studio is very much more like laid
Yeah.
back, kind of country-esque, like singer-songwriter almost in some
Interesting.
ways.
It's amazing how those songs can evolve as you play them. Let me ask you this. This is I don't know if this might make sense or not, but is there like a somewhat local band, like not Fish, like Fish is like the big dog that you guys look up to? Is there like any like local bands you guys have been like killing it and like you're like, oh, I would like to be like them, or like anybody you guys talk about as like a reference kind of, in any scene, Anybody stick out, or you guys just kind of rolling with the punches in Atlanta?
Springhouse is killing it.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
doing good.
Springhouse is doing awesome.
Yeah.
The Stews are
Stews
doing awesome.
murdering it. bro.
Yeah.
They've really
Yeah.
crossed over, man. I'm excited about them. They're really good. You guys ever seen them?
No.
I haven't.
They're one of the bands that I played with. I was like sad for the next 2 days. I was like, God damn, they're so good, bro.
There's
But yeah.
another band
Yeah, it's
that I
interesting
just
they're out of
heard.
Auburn, right?
Yeah. A few of them are from Atlanta though. Like they'd sell at Smith's Old Bar a couple times.
Yeah.
Because like 3 or 4 of them are from Atlanta. They're wicked. You guys should check them out when you get a chance. Live, I mean.
Yeah,
Enjoy
yeah.
it, yeah.
There's a band called is it Calico?
Calico.
I like
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
just
they're
heard
sick.
their latest record and
Really
they're
good.
sick. Yeah.
That's one of
So
those bands where it's just like you find out how old they are. It's like, God damn.
Yeah, it's like shit. These guys are good. I'm surprised
they
you guys
really
haven't
young?
played with them.
13.
oh
Oh.
yeah, I didn't know about them.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys haven't played
together.
together. You guys would be
I think we
perfect.
actually had a show with them possibly at one point a while ago, like in pandemic times.
Yeah.
Possibly they went by a
The
different
before
moniker.
times.
They
What
did
was-
go by
what
a
was
different
it,
moniker.
Love
Child. Yeah,
Are they
yeah.
actually super young? I know they're not
No.
13.
Yeah, I think.
13, 14, something like that. They're nice guys. They definitely worth a listen. They're wonderful. They're on like a U.S. tour right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
All right, let's keep going. Let me think. What are you guys like, most excited about with the record? Like, is there a track that you're most excited about as a whole or individually? I'd love to hear some details on some certain songs that we're going to hear one day,
I'm really excited about all of the songs. I think we all are, which is like the very exciting that
Yeah.
because you joked about arguing about singles, but
Yeah.
I think like most of the songs on the album could stand alone as singles. So we're happy about it.
That's great.
It's like when you ask at a restaurant the waiter what's good on the menu,
Everything's
and it's
good.
like and they just proceed to read. It's
Steak
like,
is
well, the
good.
lefts will start here, yeah, and then just read off the whole menu.
Hey, that's a good problem to have, man.
Yeah,
Good for
it
y'all.
is.
Good for y'all.
They're all very different vibes.
Yeah.
Though, so it's kind of like what we're putting forward as a vibe, I guess.
Interesting.
I think they're very different standing alone, but sonically, like they've like after the mixing process and stuff, they really make sense in order, which is why we're like really excited about it as an album. And then it's like,
Yeah. It
we
makes
could
sense in
release
order?
9 singles, but like, does it achieve the same thing
Yeah, same depth kind
as,
of.
as like having that like?
I mean, what's your take on that? What do you think? How many singles do you do? Like,
for 9 songs, I'd say 4 tops. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
If you guys really
That's what
wanted
we
to
were thinking.
soak the singles, I think would be 4. 3 if you want to make the full statement, maybe. You know.
do you
Yeah,
is our albums dead? What do you think? Or
No. People like to claim they are, but they're the coolest thing to listen to still, man. People
Yeah.
they might not stream as well or something, but who gives a fuck about that if you're making
Yeah.
a full statement? You know.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I think it's a good
Good
question.
point. Yeah.
I like talking about that kind of stuff, but I'd say 4 if you guys think that they're all singles. I mean, damn, if you think they all sound that good. The only thing is, to me, like sometimes you put some on the album and it doesn't get as much love, and you're like, damn. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, just maybe.
I
Just
feel like
maybe
that
if I-
happens
Yeah.
often.
You know what I mean?
Because
Yeah.
like if
Like,
a
damn.
random person shuffles the album, like what are the odds that they shuffle
The
through
one
the
that you-
whole 9
yes.
songs?
That you
Like
thought was really good.
before they
you know?
get distracted and
Simple
be like,
fact.
oh wait, I want to listen to this other thing.
Exactly. Or, I mean, sometimes you have some that you put on an album or whatever that stream really well on the album. You're like, all right, they found it. You know what I mean? It's like they dug through and they found that one that we liked, you know? So it's really up to you guys. But I think it's cool that you guys are making albums. I mean, it's hard to do, in my opinion. So it's really cool. To come up with 9 that you're really proud of in a span of how long did it take you guys to make the record? 6 months, 8 months, a year?
April.
I think I think we started in April.
I mean, yeah, the writing process was obviously
Yeah,
like
that spans
lot.
from.
Okay.
leading
But
up
we
to
started
that. but
recording in April.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
started
April
tracking
and
that.
it finished recently?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's
I
pretty
think
good
we
cycle.
have like so much content like backlogged.
Yeah.
Like I've a lot of songs. Everyone has like a backlog of songs that like they just want to get out,
Yeah.
and so it's easy for us to just pick songs and know that we're gonna record others later.
Ooh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Hopefully, you know.
I think you guys should be happy that you have a surplus of songs because that's awesome. You know what I mean? You guys got 6
Definitely.
people that are writing. That's fantastic. Is there ever any button heads in there on like the directions of these things, or does the person that brings it in, is that usually like calling the shots kind of for
There's always a lot of
button heads? maybe?
discussion.
Yeah,
Not
we
butting
all-
heads,
We're
but
all
just
different.
like
We're all
collective
very
we all
agreement.
have like I think we have
Yeah.
different visions that like eventually.
Like
Coincide.
everybody likes kind of different. Like we all kind of listen to different stuff, I would say, and that we
Yeah.
all listen to all the same stuff, but we also all listen to. Like if you were to look at everybody's top 10 most played artists, you'd probably get
A few in common and then a bunch
Yeah.
that are completely different.
yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
cool.
I think it really like adds to our strengths though.
Yeah.
Like, not to sound like an old washed up hippie, but like all the jam bands nowadays like can sound the same.
Yes.
And I think one of the reasons is because they grew up with jam bands.
Okay.
Whereas
Okay.
like most of the jam bands that we look up to, or a lot of them, really source their inspiration from other bands other than jam bands.
Ooh,
Whereas like I
okay.
feel like a lot of our generation grew up with great jam bands.
Yes.
And then they make a band and they're looking up to other jam bands and like
Interesting.
they create music that is influenced by jam bands,
Uh-huh.
but then it just kind of sounds like
The
Filtered jam
Yeah.
band.
yeah, filtered jam bands.
Yeah,
So
That's a hot take.
Which-
right there. I
which
like
is
that.
fun
That's good. That was deep.
sometimes,
That was
but-
deep. I mean, it made sense though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like the original jam bands didn't have any to look up to. You know?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So-
Just like looked
interesting.
outside, like the source material is not jammy. It's something else. It's
Yeah.
completely out. And then the farther you get in it, like Patrick said, it's like stages. Like okay, I just think we all think that it's important to try and listen to as much music. I feel like, and as wide of a palette of stuff.
Okay.
and I think that's why we have that fish taboo in some
Yeah.
ways, is like trying to steer ourselves. Like we all love fish, so we're obviously going to make music that like reflects that in some ways,
Yeah.
whether we try to or not. So
course.
let's not try to.
Okay.
And maybe we'll make something cooler than
Yeah.
if we were to try to be like Fish. Like maybe if we try to be like, if we get inspiration from somewhere else, then we'll make cooler music. Because I do think like most of the really cool jam bands get influence from other people. Like Humphreys has so much like metal and technical rock influence.
Like
Like
that math thing.
Fish is like new wave, like progressive rock. Like STS9 has like the EDM influence. Like they're like just like interpreting through their lens of like jammy
Interesting.
filter, whatever. They just like try to take in
That
other
makes
music
sense.
and make it jammy.
Do you guys ever cut something or come up with something? It's like, damn, that's a little too familiar. Maybe, you know what I mean? Is there ever like, oh, this isn't enough us? Maybe. I'm just curious. It's getting deep now, I guess.
Sometimes, I mean, have you ever like written a melody and then just realized that it's not your melody and it's just
All the
something
time.
It's like,
It's like, damn it, this is Stairway to Heaven. What the fuck? But you know what I mean? Like, is there like a conversations about, all right, this has to sound like us, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had those conversations a lot, honestly, with making this album, because we were like experimenting with different instrumentation. Like it came up when we were like bringing horns into the band and like just stuff like that. It's just hard to know what our sound is right now because I'm new and we have a new album.
Still making a sound, yeah.
How's it been as a new one in the group? Is it tough to like speak up and that kind of stuff, or is it like pretty welcoming?
I mean, like both. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I definitely don't want to be like too opinionated.
Yeah.
And if I like, then I'm really opinionated. I'll like think about it later and be like, oh, should I have like just been a good member, like just hung back and
real quiet, like.
But I mean, it's good. Like I was friends with
that's
everyone, and Pat's my boyfriend, so like that's how
familiar
I
ground.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah. So it was.
If you were a complete stranger, it would definitely be weird, probably. You know what I mean? So I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably would never happen.
Yeah.
Band dynamics are interesting. You guys have it seems to be like a creative melting pot going on here because I have a lot of bands on, and very rarely are they like, we have a surplus of songs. You know what I mean? So that's good for y'all, man.
Yeah.
The fact that all you guys write and are throwing ideas in is huge, you know?
Yeah.
Very, very collective thing. Seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very cool.
It's fun, like having somebody bring like the raw song that they wrote by themselves, and then we sit down as a group of 6 and like just like build it.
That's
which I guess is a pretty cliche way of like writing a song, but like
it's not.
it's just still like a fun process because the base of it is like that person's idea, and like
Gotcha.
they wrote it on the porch alone,
Yeah.
coming from their mind, and then they bring it to the group, and we all just kind of like shift it around and like.
That's very cool. Had there
Build it
been
up
any
from
like
there.
big hurdles, like since the band crossed? Was there any like planes you guys had to hop over in the sense of like, all right, this isn't working, or you know, we're in a slump, you know, that kind of stuff, like writer's block, anything like that, and come to mind?
I mean, the whole COVID thing was like weird, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Tough.
And then, I mean, just like, I feel like adding, new people that, and they've both done like an amazing job of it. But you know, you were in the song, like we had we have our repertoire and we all learned it together. And then, you earn it again like twice more, right? Basically.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But now
Introducing
I'm
new
So
members.
it's like,
and now we have another one.
And it grows each time too.
Yeah.
Like it's like these older songs are like accommodating and
yeah,
growing
like I would say that
way.
when Ben joined, that we were probably just a little hesitant
Okay.
about like we're just like, here's the song, Ben, and then Ben really improved a lot of on some of the aspects of them, made them a lot more dancey,
Okay.
a lot more fun. But I think at first it was it's like demo-itis a little bit, where you
You're attached to it too much.
right, where you're just
Yeah.
like, this is the way the song should be, but then just realizing that Ben plays drums and I don't play drums, and that he's a lot better drumming rhythmically and like coming up with stuff. And I think it's just like improved a lot of the stuff that we existingly had. Existingly is not a word though, I don't think. Is it?
We're gonna count
It works.
We're gonna
Yeah.
count. It's a word here, my friend. It's a word here. I want to take a quick second to thank my show sponsor. If that's cool with you guys.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great of the show. Shout out to Cards Collective, wonderful bar right here in Athens, Georgia. They're trying to have more bands come through. If you guys need a spot to play, you should holler at them. I've got a contact. Reach out to me, and I'll put you in touch. Thanks to Cards Collective for supporting the show.
Awesome.
Moving along. All right, so we got a few minutes left. I got a few more things I want to ask you guys. Where was I going to go off that? Let me think. That was a good answer, by the way. Where was I going to? Oh, okay. 40 Watt with Orange Constant in November, right? That's you guys, right?
Yes.
You guys are playing night 2? Night 1?
Is it?
Does it matter? I think it's 2 nights, right?
The 4th.
Yeah, I think it's first night.
Yeah, first night?
November 4th.
Sweet. You guys
Yeah.
ever played with them before? They're awesome.
No,
Uh,
but I know their drummer and he's
Sam's
killer.
the man.
Yeah,
Sam's
he's
a monster,
so good.
bro. He's a monster. He's
Yeah.
great.
have
Yeah.
we played with them as Frute?
We haven't played with them as Frute.
Yeah.
I feel like you're.
Yeah,
skip
previous,
tendencies.
yeah, old band played with them. I think on a rooftop party in
Okay.
Atlanta years ago, and then also at Smith's, I think.
Word.
Yeah, they're great.
Really nice guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think it's cool they're doing 2 nights because nobody
Yeah,
does that
it's
at
really
40 Watt.
cool.
That's
That's
really
really
sick.
dope.
Very jam
Yeah.
band thing to do, right? Very
Yeah,
cool. I think
very
that's
cool.
that's wonderful. I'm pretty excited about that. And so is Athens. I think they're going to be excited to see y'all, man. I think it's going to do a lot of tickets, so that should be good for y'all.
Yeah.
How much focus have you guys put on Athens? Not a lot, really, or like played here a few times, or
Let's see. We've played. Let's see. Who do we play with 40 Watt originally?
All iterations of Athens bands that have gone past, but it's like
Right.
Himalayan Pool Party was
Himalayan
one
Pool
of them.
Party.
So the only time I've
Then-
played in Athens was when they the opener had it was like Ian Thomas from
Right.
Bird Dog
Right.
Jubilee,
Uh-huh.
Jacob Sherwin
Yeah.
from Springhouse played with
Yeah.
us.
okay.
And then, there was
We've
ton of
played
other
a couple
people.
frat shows here,
Yeah.
and then we've played 40 Watt twice.
Yeah.
Like maybe pre-pandemic once, and then post-pandemic.
Yeah.
I graduated from here.
word.
So I think Athens is awesome. I think we'd love to play here.
Yeah. We
We
want to
need
play
to
here
more.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Um,
going to say. I think you guys
I mean,
should.
Athens is
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Wonderful low-key jam scene here, I'd say.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
not
is.
even low-key. I'd argue it's just as good as Atlanta's, in my opinion.
Yeah, probably more close knit.
It probably is. I'd definitely say more close-knit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what do I know? I just think it'd be a good... I mean, you guys doing Georgia Theater and 40 Watt this semester. Those are the 2 big dogs. Sounds like you
Yeah.
guys got some foothold in the town, you know? You could do some different stuff in the fall. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
What other, like, kind of stuff... Like, where are you guys kind of hoping to be in the next year is what I'm wondering. Like, what is the... Like, at this time next year, what do you hope have happened? You know what I mean? Like...
World domination.
European.
Yeah.
Tour. Yeah, I was gonna say Germany.
Germany
We'll be in
tour.
Germany next year.
like I mean, yes, obviously that stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, what is like something that if you don't accomplish in the next year, you'll be bummed? You know what I'm saying? Is that a fair question?
I think we'd like to put out
2 more albums.
Two more albums.
two more
and
albums
touring.
and
touring in
have
the
a big
West.
tour. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
An actual tour that's like
You don't come
go
home.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Not the weekend runs.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I think that's good. All good stuff. Sounds like you guys know what you're doing. I just think it's great that you guys have so many songs. I mean, that's very rare. So good for y'all. You know what I mean? Keep that pace up. You know, you guys are well on your way. What is you guys? Do you guys have a favorite part about being in the band individually? You want to answer that? Anything that sticks out? Nah.
Purpose.
I
Good answer.
kind of live and breathe it.
Word,
you know,
word.
like Ben
I'm a
and
rock star.
Patrick is well, like we live together. Patrick lives downstairs. Ben lives in the room next door. We practice every morning at our house.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Just playing music with them is like the coolest and most fun thing I've ever done.
That's awesome.
So,
Good answer.
I think being able to play just like whenever
Yeah.
with people that you can learn from every day is like something I take for granted a lot and
Yeah.
like have to remind myself like this is something I dreamed of when I was little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even if you're playing at a small bar to an empty crowd, like
Yeah.
I'm on a stage and I'm playing with
Exactly.
people and like I got this gig. Like there's so much to be thankful for
Yeah.
and it's just so much fun.
I agree. It's
And
easy
just
to get
having
hung
that
up.
in your schedule and like your routine is like incredible and I'm really happy to be doing that.
Yeah,
Like
that's a great answer. Nice.
Thanks.
Any answers over here? Yours was purpose, right? Is that the final answer? That's a good answer. Any kind of answer? Just enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been such a good opportunity for me because I am like a late comer, and it's just really cool for me to be. I feel like they're all much better musicians than me, and so I'm just like learning so
got some
much.
heads going now.
No way.
So I
Immediate
feel,
head
and
movement.
I just feel like I can learn so much, and I just really appreciate that everyone's just so into it, and everyone's.
Have you guys seen those little
dream.
videos that are like trending where it's like it'll show like somebody grown up and they're like it has like a tagline like they're complaining about something and then it switches and it's like the kid and it's
I
like
was just thinking
damn
about
we
that.
get to play music, you know what I mean? It's like damn nobody's here tonight, and then it switches to the kid, it's like shit we get to play, you know what I mean? Like I try to think of that sometimes, you know, find yourself bitching on the road or something every now and again. I'm like damn we're on the fucking road, you know what I mean?
It's
good to be in a
nice
band.
to have, you know, I'm sure you know this too, but it's like not always the easiest thing to get everybody on the same page and kind of know everybody's level of commitment. Like being in a band's a bit like a relationship. I
Exactly.
feel
I was
like.
gonna say with 5 other people.
Yeah.
Sometimes 5.
And like, you know, just having people that are kind of all on the same page is kind of hard to get together. So yeah, I feel like that's something unique, not unique necessarily, but it's really nice to have.
I think unique is right. I mean, think about it. That's literally like the biggest hurdle of becoming a band is finding your 5 homies that are like fucking all in. Like how many bands have had lineups where, you know, people drop out because they're not that into it or they're tired of the road or whatever, you know.
Right.
Like finding those 6 guys, I'd say that's pretty unique and rare as it gets, you know.
Yeah.
One out of, I mean, you know, a couple of 100 bands are pulling that off, you know, in the tri-state area, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot less than you'd think, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you guys should be happy about that. That's great. Which leads me into, I was going to ask something. I was thinking about that. Do you guys, this is what I was going to ask. When you guys have somebody, like, say you guys have a show booked or something, and if one of you guys can't make it, do you guys still do it? Is it kind of like, because you have 6, like you got like, you could do it without the keys or something? Or has it always been like, if somebody can't make it, we're out?
I don't think we've ever played a show.
We played a show, the one where you got COVID. We had to play without
the
you.
one show was without me.
Yeah.
And it was the main squeeze one, which was so sad. It was like one of
man.
our best.
Brother,
And
come
Pat
on.
Yeah, I
got
came
COVID.
home with COVID the day
no.
before. Or
And yeah, we
something,
almost
so-
canceled, but
Oh, wow.
we
luckily-
got
None of us
Brian.
had been exposed to him, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
That's
That
why we
immune
did
He
it.
system.
They've been
traveled.
thinking about replacing me since.
It'd been funny. They're like, it was the fucking best gig ever, man. He wasn't there. It was sick.
That's actually what
kind
happened.
of that's,
But trying to do
but
a
not
gig
because-
like
Yeah.
like with someone dropped out
It's hard.
is like, I don't think we've ever prepared for that. So that it's at the time a friend filled in and like we practiced with them.
Yeah.
But like I don't think we've ever been in a situation where it's just like, oh, this one person can't make it and we try to do that. I
Yeah.
imagine that would be really hard. But,
Yeah, because you don't know how much they do until they're gone. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Has anyone watched the rehearsal?
No.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that? Is it a
We
movie?
could do it. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Nathan Fielder, he does Nathan For You. Do you know that show,
I
Nathan
don't
For
think
You?
so. I don't think so.
He's just like really dry. He fucks with people basically, but he has this new show where he rehearses people.
Okay.
So like if they're having a difficult talk with their dad,
Yeah.
he'll hire a bunch of actors and then completely recreate the set of like a hot dog place where he's planning on doing it. Like he'll completely make a set for him to rehearse in so
Okay.
that when he actually does it, he's ready for it. And there's
His
like
budget is crazy.
there's
Yeah, it's an HBO show. So
Yeah.
big
Okay.
budgets.
Sweet.
there's
Interesting.
one where he's like teaching an acting class and he has a bunch of actors
Yeah.
and then he like wants to know what it's like from like the actor's perspective, so he hires like the exact same, like he hires actors to play the exact same class and like hires a teacher, like an actor to be him as a
Okay.
teacher and he's playing a student. So he's like observing how like the teacher is happening, but we could have a
Yes.
rehearsal band that's just like the rehearsal Frute
Uh-huh.
and they all rehearse.
Look
I
like
think
us.
they do the exact same rehearsal that we do.
Yes.
So that whenever we can't do it,
They're
then
ready.
they can just like fill in
Yes.
and they can just be us.
That's
So,
a dream right there. I'm
Genius.
interested. Hit me
Yeah.
up. Where did the name come from? What's the name origin? I think it's a cool name. I wanted to say that you guys were going to pronounce it different, though. I felt like it was going to be
Frut.
Frute or
More
something.
European.
Frute.
Yeah. But, I mean, it is just as it looks, I suppose.
The
you
band started out as Jeff on the flute
know?
and
Okay.
Matt on the tambourine.
As the name or just as
yeah,
the
and
band?
it was called Flute.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Sweet.
No.
No.
Not
You
really.
I was wondering how long you were gonna go with
I was
that.
like, wait, what?
No,
really.
I don't know. I guess somebody came up with it
Uh-huh.
at some point, and it's just kind of, I don't know. It's simple. I think the last band that I was in, Disco Tendencies, is like a really kind of not great name.
I like that.
I don't
So-
think that's that bad.
Um,
It doesn't strike me as bad.
Tendencies, it flows off the tongue. It's like a nice-
Tendencies.
but there was no disco orientation to the music.
Ooh,
So it was a
potential issue
misma-
there.
yeah,
Potentially misleading.
I don't know. It's kind of like who doesn't like fruit, I guess.
It's kind of
but-
like the taboo band that you guys don't talk about, but
What
like
taboo
a really
band?
short word just
Oh,
spelled
No,
a
no, I
little
see
bit
what you mean.
differently.
It's a
Oh,
very
yeah,
jam band
yeah,
thing to do,
yeah.
I think. I like it. I like it.
Oh, that never occurred to me.
Yeah, well now we gotta change it.
Shit.
Root F.
It's very, very familiar, though. I think it's
Yeah.
got a good ring to it. Do you guys like explain
People
it with
remember
the show?
it.
Yeah,
at
they say
least.
easy to remember, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to go, we're fruit, F-R-U-T.
Yeah,
It
we
is
spell
easy to
it.
tell people. Like
Yeah.
when someone asks me, like man goose was like a little bit harder to be like.
I think that's a good thing.
It
But
is
there
a
were
good
a
name.
lot of
Like,
I got-
there were a
but
lot
it's
of really
harder-
funny chants.
It's harder
and, like,
to
Yeah.
say something.
Man, goose. What do you mean?
or just like variations of the word.
Okay.
It was also before
Man
goose.
juice.
Goose was came
Cample
out.
Moose.
Oh,
Oh, the
gotcha.
goose is loose was originally man
Ooh.
goose before people started saying that for goose. Gotta
Oh, man. You get that on the big
say, we're the
job, so.
OGs.
Yeah, bring it back. Should have patented that.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. Well, cool. Let's kind of wrap it up. I'm trying to think of closing notes. Was there anything? Oh, what do you talk about the fucking questions you guys sent me, dude? Or whatever. Was it you? Who was I texting? You should have just told me it was you. Did you?
Yeah.
'Cause I had-
that's what she said.
Okay, I had no idea.
On that note about the missing band members,
Uh-huh.
Ben missed the Colorado run.
Oh, yeah.
you're
Yeah.
right.
Stories about the
Oh,
Colorado.
yeah.
I totally forgot about
Ian
that.
Thomas filled in for us and came to Colorado for us for a week.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he
Uh,
plays all around.
Bird Dog
Athens.
Jubilee drummer,
Okay.
great drummer.
Interesting. All right,
He-
let's see what we got.
he
Ideas
saved
for
me.
topics. These ideas are fun. Fantastic, excuse me. Okay, we got evolution of fruit / band in general. We kind of already covered that, right?
Yeah.
Video camera recommendations.
Yeah.
Is this a you
Are
thing?
we asking that?
Yeah, I asked that. Yeah. I asked that.
Do you have any
Kinda neat.
recommendations?
Yeah. Well, I see that you have a GoPro over there.
This is an essential road buy right here.
Is it a GoPro?
Yes.
So
you guys-
how do you make it work? Because the ones we've bought,
do you
you
make
know,
it work?
if
Can I have that?
like we've had serious issues with.
What do you
with-
mean serious issues?
with whether it's like keeping it charged or like.
I think that's
Okay.
a universal GoPro issue.
Yeah, you gotta
To
charge them every night, but
have to
I would
charge
say what you guys need to do, if you don't still have one, get one on fucking Facebook Marketplace. I paid $75 for this one.
That's not good.
then-
That's not good for the resale value of the GoPros I have.
It's not good at all. Hey, I'll buy them.
We all need to
anyways.
wear our own GoPros
Yeah.
connected to our foreheads
Yes,
all tour.
and then we'll link it up and make it one big live stream. That'd be
yeah,
sick.
24-hour live stream.
My favorite thing to do with this is when you're on the road and you can't afford to bring a cameraman with you, give it to somebody in the crowd. I've got
Oh,
some of
yeah.
the best footage. I've had people
That's
film
pretty
the whole
sick.
show.
How many
That's
of you
a great
lost
idea.
doing that?
Zero. This is the OGs. Been
Yeah.
on the road for
No one
years
just
with-
was like, thanks.
Yeah,
and
I'm
just
trusting.
walked
I got a
out.
GoPro.
Yeah. That's why you get the marketplace one. You're only $75 down, man. I've
Well, I'm
captured
too deep in the.
beautiful
We're too deep in the hole. We've got.
got two
we
new
have
ones?
15.
He
We
keeps
thought
getting
they
new
would
ones because
resell
they
for a
run out
lot.
of battery, and then he just has to get a new one.
And then there's the whole.
We didn't
like,
know about
this
the
was
charges.
disposable.
They die in 7 minutes. Like,
7? Really?
that's my experience. Maybe I got
Holy
some
hell.
defunct ones or something. I don't know.
Interesting. Just
How
to buy
long of
another
a
one.
charge you got on yours and
I'm
storage?
getting full 2-hour, 3-hour shows.
And how's the compatibility with the Mac?
Fantastic.
Easy to.
Well, I've never really had to
bring the
plug it in
video
for anything.
onto it.
5 out of 5.
I just 5 out of 5.
You just use the
I
memory
just pulled
card.
I pulled the memory card out. I never really
This
linked it
video
up.
is sponsored by
Memory
GoPro. Thank
Brought to
you.
back over. Our other Spur show sponsor. But for real, a good investment. Good investment. I'd
Yeah.
say. I don't know what's up with the battery life on yours. Maybe I don't know what's up with that.
I think
but
they're like the 360 ones, right?
The 361, yeah,
are pretty sick.
If I could figure out how to work it, yeah.
Another good camera. This camera right here, this Canon. It looks like the old timey, like the
Camcorder.
2000 camcorder, dude.
Mm.
That thing's been through some hell right there. Those guys are like $200, and
That's
like
awesome.
I've had some legit footage shot on those, so I think it's a good one.
Nice.
Nice question about. Oh, my B reel just went off. You guys want to be on my B reel? Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, let's
I
run it
gotta
up
do
right
mine
quick.
too.
Here we go. Hold on.
What's B real?
Oh,
Be
the-
real, not
You guys-
be
We
real.
were
You
talking
guys
about this
lean
like
in.
30 minutes ago.
Lean in real close. There we go. Everybody's in it. Smiles. Hold on. Oh yeah. Just boss moves right here.
So does
Sorry,
everybody
brother.
here have Be
Got you
Real?
next time. Yeah, you need to be
No.
on there.
I
Can
don't.
you save that?
I don't know
picture?
enough people.
I'm not
make,
real
make a
enough.
fruit
Be
be
real.
real. Make a fruit be real. Do it. Change your life.
Yeah,
I'm
if
just
you
kidding.
get
It's not
Be
This
Real,
is
I'll
the
get Be
content
Real.
I'm
we need
also
to be
much
putting
older
out.
than everybody else. So I'll note
Come
that.
on, man. All right, hold on. Let's keep moving on the topic
Gotta
so we
do
can get
it.
out of here. Current listening habits. Let's go around the table. Who do you guys been listening to? Give me your top 3 lately. I know it's a big question. Doesn't have to be too serious, you know.
Lane 8 and Bach has been kind of what I've been listening
Bach
to.
the composer,
Yeah, and
Epic.
and then Lane 8. Yeah.
legend. That's quite the spread there. I love that. Good answer. Classical tunes will take you somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Quite the journey. How about you?
Cool. I have no idea.
Give me one. Give me just a song you've been digging, maybe.
Maybe.
I heard they were sick. Did you say Black Mini?
Yeah,
I've never seen them. I heard they were wicked.
I saw them at Georgia
Was it
Theater.
wonderful?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I heard it was
Yeah.
crazy, like nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, Black Midi, I can use as my answer. They're
Nice. We'll take
awesome.
that. How about you right here?
I've been digging Sierra Farrell.
I don't know, or should I? Should be
Yeah,
popular?
you definitely
do you
should.
spell it?
She's on the come up.
Farrell
Just
is in-
Sierra and then Ferrell. EL.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like
I'll give her a listen.
she's
Yeah.
like old country, like
Sick.
the next biggest
Exciting.
thing.
Yeah, been digging that. That's a good tip. I appreciate that. How about you down here?
I really like Duran Jones and the Indications.
I haven't heard of him either. Should I have?
I think you should. And Sade. I've been listening to. They're kind of, I guess, like.
Hey.
Well, she's older, but
Interesting.
Duran Jones is like a. Yeah, I mean, I saw them a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're touring right now, and they're like a
National act or local?
national.
National. Okay.
I think they're from New York. It's very like Al Green,
Oh, sick.
soul music.
What about you?
I've been listening to a lot of this band, Catfish and the Bottommen. You guys ever heard of them?
Yeah.
they're
Oh,
like a
yeah.
little rock thing going on.
Yeah.
Kind of like all the songs are super simple and like the
Nice.
titles are never the song. Like the title's never in the song almost. And I don't know. I've just been digging it. Like it's like a 4-piece rock band playing like no overdubs and like that's pretty fucking cool.
What's their really
Yeah.
popular song?
Probably Cocoon or
yeah,
Seven.
they used to play
Yeah.
that on Alt Nation that
Yeah,
I always
probably
listened
probably
to
gets
in
a lot of
like
streams.
high
Yeah,
school.
it's very
yeah.
like 4-piece rock band. I don't know why. I'm just
Mhm.
digging it. Very simple though.
Mhm.
I also like been listening to the Stews a lot because we play with them.
I need to
and
check them out.
Yeah.
Oh man, who said that? I couldn't see. Was it you said that?
I said I need to check them
Bro,
out, but you
bro.
saw them or you know
I
them?
haven't
or
seen
not?
them. I've
Oh.
just-
I
listen to
can't
their
gas
stuff.
them up enough. They are the real deal. Like they're
Nice.
killing it.
420 this year.
Yeah, they were the
Oh,
first band on
shit.
stage, right? Yeah, they were really good. I'm hyped on them. Okay, let's keep moving. I got 2 more here from the submittals. Favorite music since pandemic? Guilty musical pleasures. Let's run that one up. Guilty musical pleasures. Who you got right here? Actually, we shouldn't start with you. You've had to start all of them. Let's start in the middle. I want you to answer.
Oh, that's a hard one.
If not you, then you. We can sub around.
Yeah,
Everybody
you
thinking.
start. And
I
what's
mean,
even an
what am I
idea?
guilty of?
A lot.
Hmm.
I'll probably say just like the cliched ones. Like I like Nickelback and like Coldplay and all those bands. Honestly, all the ones people
I
make
love
fun of.
Coldplay.
I love Coldplay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Bad Bunny with my girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's out of pocket for you. I like that.
Only
Love
with
it.
my girlfriend.
Good answer.
You don't listen
Sometimes
to it on your own?
alone. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't believe
Maybe
you.
sneaks in there. I don't know.
Interesting. Got anything? Tough question.
Yeah, like because I like it, I'm not really guilty about it, I guess. But like I can really get down to some just Lady Gaga.
I
like,
love Lady Gaga, bro.
but like it's not really guilty. It's just
Yeah,
like I guess it's like
Should that
not
be
really.
guilty?
It doesn't really align with the rest
Yeah.
of the stuff that I like. I guess.
Oh, I get what you mean. Like maybe you wouldn't.
That-
You wouldn't
that's-
turn it on with the homies in the car. Maybe.
Honestly, though, I
would.
probably would.
I
Like
would.
that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like
We cover
I really
Poker
fuck
Face.
with it. Yeah,
We play like a rock version of Poker Face, and it slaps.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It's really
Sick.
cool. Yeah,
she's
it's very sick.
incredible. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Dude.
I heard on
Wonderful.
social media that Lady Gaga is more of a queen than Beyonce is a queen.
Interesting.
I don't know about
Is that
that.
My
Like
answer
by-
was
Hey,
going
That's
to
what social
By-
media told me.
Is that on Be Real?
then it's
It has been decided.
What was your answer?
She is
I
more
get-
queen.
Beyonce.
Beyonce?
I thought
Oh,
about
that's
it.
good.
New album. I
haven't listened to it.
I really like it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, I'm down with the Beyonce.
I mean,
like
yeah, it's
Rihanna.
not that guilty.
Oh yeah,
Rihanna's
they're
great.
all
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah, they're all
I don't
dang.
know. We're not guilty here.
I'm not guilty of it.
Okay, you're not guilty.
Harry Styles.
I only
Fish. Hey, I like Harry.
Yeah,
I'm
fish is
guilty
my
of
guilty.
fish.
Yeah,
Fish.
guilty.
That's
Yeah.
the one
You
I'm
weren't
not
supposed
to
hesitant
talk about
sharing
it.
to people.
When you tell someone you like fish, they're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
like you're one of those kinds of people.
It's like,
Unless
alright.
they also like fish.
Yeah. And they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
it's
we're
like,
best
oh,
friends.
sick.
Another
And we're
fisherman.
friends. Yeah. But then
Interesting.
otherwise, it's like, oh,
Yeah,
make
it's-
all these assumptions about your lifestyle.
like
like,
immediately.
yeah.
Without even meaning to.
Right, yeah.
Interesting. All right, I think we got one here. This is a great question too, or a great statement even. Bridges, a musical necessity or waste?
Patrick.
Bridges over troubled waters. You know? I don't know.
That's not a waste. That's
What?
great.
Yeah.
the
It's
best
Great. It's
song.
useful. Is that what you
I think that's usually what it is, maybe possibly.
What necessarily is a bridge? You know
Like
what I mean?
I feel like a bridge is sometimes like a breath of air in some ways, or like a newfound perspective in a song. Like a song will be going down a road for a while, and
Yeah.
then it possibly like is time for the writer to reflect or to have a new thought
Yes.
that maybe is like a bridge over the troubled water that
Gotcha.
they've been traveling in
Brackish
Yes.
waters.
for a while. But I don't like bridges personally.
In
Some-
conclusion,
To follow that
they
up.
suck.
They're awesome, but I don't like them.
I think they're good tools for like
Yes.
movement and
Uh-huh.
like shifts in energy and stuff. But I think sometimes it's like expected.
Yeah.
I guess
At the
it's like,
2.5
oh, we gotta
minute
have a
mark.
bridge,
Yeah.
and when it's forced, it's like
We don't need it.
it doesn't always need to be there unless it's like naturally like a tool for
Pushing
From-
along.
like getting in a different direction or like something that you need
Yeah.
to like shift out and
I
shift
think that's a
back
good
in,
breakdown
like,
of it.
What do
I
you
don't know.
think?
I think it's of all of my songs personally. Like if something were to get cut, it's going to be that bridge. You know what I mean?
Bridge.
Like
Totally.
or at least shortened or something. You know?
I never
Yeah.
miss it. I'm never
I
like,
don't
damn,
think we
this
have a
song.
single
There's
needs-
some
needs
there's
a
some
bridge.
songs where like the bridge is
bridge.
better than
That's
the
true.
whole
That's
song.
true.
Like there's a
Um,
21 Pilots song.
Oh, I love them too. That's
The
another guilty
bridge
pleasure
is so
for me.
good. What's the one song?
Is it Harry Styles? That
Yeah,
song,
and
Bridge?
as it
As
was,
it was,
like,
Bridge is sick.
the bridge is
It's
like
like
better
8
than
seconds.
the rest.
It's like it's like 8 seconds, but it's really good.
About the
Yeah.
way that it-
Yeah.
Big Girls Don't Cry Bridges also.
Oh, I
really
believe
good.
that. What a wonderful song.
Yeah.
Wonderful song.
Yeah.
You know the song I heard today? You know the song SOS by ABBA? I'm sure you do, right? You know what I'm talking about? SOS. I heard that song today. I was like, that's a fucking incredible song. Like, just go
ABBA
listen
is
to it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Somebody said they didn't like ABBA the other day. Was that in the Frute household?
I don't think so.
We're not going to take that
I think
slander
we're
here.
all-
We don't want to hear that.
ABBA should be
said that.
performed on ice. All concerts.
Mm,
That's what it
interesting.
should be.
It makes sense.
Like,
All right, you guys. Thank y'all so much for coming on. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you guys. It's been wonderful. Great to meet you all. I look forward to seeing you guys very soon, I hope. Thanks to Clark's Collective for supporting the show. Thank you for putting this together. Thank you all for reaching out. This has been the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. Let's give him a wave so we have a thumbnail, all right? Everybody look at the camera. Get a big smile. I say camera? Yeah, camera. You get that on them big jobs. All right, we're still going. Let's keep going. I just want to see how long we can do it. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. We love you. See you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.